Good day YouTube. This is part 2 of the history of Rome. So, let's get started. Expansion and threat of danger. For 700 years, Rome expanded and the city became the great focus for all ambitious men. This may have contributed to its decline by drawing in the best men from the edges of its empire. Rome divided the strength of its compound parts. What is left of this physical evidence of the empire inside the modern city of Rome? The skeletons of some of the empire's great buildings still exist, and they give us an idea of its important legacy. Consider three of the surviving monuments: the Appian Way, the Forum, and the Colosseum. The Appian Way leads directly into the city and still exists 2000 years after its construction. It was constructed to link with military roads in the east and west of the empire and join Spain, Macedonia and Asia. It provides a reminder of the power of the Roman army that marched along its length, provide frontier security. The Roman Forum with its legacy with its element columns and spaces was copied in every major city in the empire as a place in which debate, ideas and the creation of the rule of law provided the focus for the city. It was in the Forum that Romans discussed the issue of the day, and from here decisions were transmitted to distant parts of the empire. The Forum was a place where only the rich and the influential were heard. The voice of the ordinary man was not often heard. In debate. It was on the steps of the Forum that the ambitious of men to become dictator of the city ended under the assassin's knife. On 15 July 44 BCE, Julius Caesar met his death here. The columns and stones are a reminder that Romans believed in political decisions and the rule of law. When those began to weaken, the empire began to crumble. The Colosseum is the most powerful symbol of later Rome. The empire, its free-born citizens, and the power of the mob. In this vast amphitheater, the sand was soaked in the blood of innocent prisoners of war, criminals, slaves, and gladiators. Here, ritualized slaughter was carried out, beloved of the mob and also of many of the later imperators and their acolytes. Ruinously expensive mock games, battles, and individual gladiatorial contents all at one end, death. The Colosseum was a place of horror. It was a place where violence, lack of honor, and cruel disinterest in their fellow men became the watchword of the Romans. It was here that the moral feebleness of the rule and the mob they featured was made public and was approved. It is possible to conclude that in the sand of the Colosseum the mighty empire truly fell. Yet before it fell, the Roman Empire displayed some strength that were never lost. Why did it grow? And why did it fall? Who were the main players in the story of Rome? What aspects of the Roman Empire do we value even now? It is not just the villas, the public buildings, aqueducts, theatres, roads, temples, and bridges that demonstrate the empire that was Rome. It was so much more. In time, these buildings will vanish as Roman cities have already been covered by desert sands in North Africa, Persia, Jordan, and Syria. The answer does not lie in the might of the Roman army. Although that was considerable, there have been other armies before and since with the same ruthlessness and the same powerful leadership. It is not even the study of men such as Julius Caesar, Augustus, Fellini, Scipio, Virgil, Nero, Clutius, or even Spartacus that really touches the core of the question. Although they are important to our understanding of the history of Rome. Beyond buildings, letters and roads, these rests the powerful matter of connections across frontiers and communication between cities. The language of Rome became the lingua franca of Europa for 1,000 years after the empire fell, and the code of laws that the ancient Romans introduced have been the bedrock of the legal systems over much of the world ever since. It is to the continuity of ideas of justice and the law, which held together the Roman Empire, that we still owe so much. The Roman Empire was defined by the city and the citizens. Practical, cool, and demand people whose leaders believed that those beyond their borders were savages or outsiders who were certainly unworthy of Roman citizenship. This changed as the empire expanded from Mesopotamia to the northern borders of Britain, from Spain to the dark forests of Germany, from North Africa to Macedonia, into Asia, and through Palestine and the edge of the Arabian sand, into Egypt, along the Euphrates, along the wall Hadrian built in the north of England. This was the empire.